Hello everyone, I'm Steve. Mark's around. Say hi, Mark.
Hi, everybody!
And this is Smokey, Steve, and Mark. Either welcome or welcome back, and happy Saturday. It is the weekend, so we know what that means. Dark roast, heavy cream I found in the fridge. We're almost out of dairy. I almost put yogurt in it. And powdered hazelnut cream or something. It's good. It'll do. So I hope everyone's well, everyone's safe. Things are nuts, okay? So look after yourselves and the people you care about. Be good, okay? So there's the PSA for the day. Now we are going to pick up sort of where we left off with our fair lady Chantal. Chantal Marie, Foodie Beauty, Big Beautiful Me, the Daily Chantal, Chantabolous, and Foodie Beauty again. Now this week there was quite a bit of back and forth, as I think most people have seen. There was a series of videos that were put up about weight loss, health, chair exercises, all sorts of good stuff, all of which were then taken down. A video went up that was, one of the hoity-toity, it's my party and I'll eat if I want to, and then that came down, and then all the weight loss videos came back up, followed by Eat With Me. So we're going to go in order with the videos, and then of course there was a couple things on the community board, so we'll try to touch that. Also, please bear with, because the glare in here is real. So I'm going to try to do this without wearing my glasses, and we will see how it goes. Now, I wrote the notes, so they shouldn't be too hard to read, unlike Mark, who writes too small and can't see. So, anyway. So where we're going to start is how I ate today to avoid binge eating. Now, this comes right on the tails of her video, My Issues with Weight Loss Journeys on YouTube, during which she had mentioned pre-weight loss journeys versus post-weight loss journeys. It made me think of when Blanche on the Golden Girls had writer's block, and Dorothy said, well, how much have you written? And she said, none. Well, you have to have written something to have had writer's block, otherwise we all have it. If you haven't lost any weight, we're all on a pre-weight loss journey, And also the diabetes, does she have it, does she not have it? I remember pulling from that conversation, which of course is gone, that she was talking about going to a diabetes clinic and being put, not choosing, being put on a diabetic diet and being sent to a diabetes clinic. So she never said, I am diabetic, I have diabetes, anything like that. But she was going to be getting the treatment protocols for it. She backpedaled later and said, it was no big deal, apparently. And she doesn't understand why people would think that she had diabetes. So, we'll start, again, where that video left off with how I ate today to avoid binge eating. So she's going with a new method, new to her, tracking calories. Very novel. Most people use weight loss tools, she says, and that's true. I had a Fitbit for a little while. We got it free from Newport Cigarettes. Isn't that weird? As a gift. So I did have that. She put her comments back on, which were on delete. Chantal puts them up and down, comments, likes, things like that, when she either doesn't want to deal with comments. Some people would say can't take the heat. I don't know that I would put it that way exactly, but at any rate, she disables them and re-enables them, and they're back up. She said she is still suffering with binge eating disorder. Sometimes it looks like she's bathing in it and not suffering from it, but we'll go with suffering because it sounds like she's trying to do the right thing, sort of. So these were a day in the life videos for the most part. She said that there was no binge eating and she woke up feeling okay from the night before. She was tempted to order from Mr. Sub. We don't have Mr. Sub in my area. And she's planning a ham dinner for later. Ham can be very lean. It can, pork, you think pork, pig, the symbol of fat, how could it be good food? But depending on what you do with it, it could be okay. For breakfast, she's having almond milk, all bran, strawberries, eggs, some kind of peanut butter, and she'll later talk about the fact that she doesn't she said before, she doesn't like making weight loss content like this because it's tedious and it's a lot of work, and I'll give her this. These videos are a lot more work as far as editing and sound when it's coming through than her one long shot of eating on camera. That's much more lazy content. I mean, sure, there's lighting and she has to maybe do her makeup sometimes, but it's not the same as adding sound, traveling, doing things. So it is more work for her. I hope she acknowledges, though, that that extra work looks to have paid off, because the weight loss videos seem to be pulling as many views as her mukbangs. So, okay. So she's staying home on this particular day. The nurse is coming to change her dressing. She must have jacked herself up. You gotta let something go really long time to leave a dent that deep that you need to keep getting it packed for a cyst. I won't share the details of my story with cysts, but it did have to be lanced, packed. But I think I was fine within like a week and a half. We're all different. I don't know the specifics of hers, but So there's cats in a lot of these videos. Cats on the counters. I'm over it. She says she cleans. Fine. So, and I think the cats might be on the counters because she said the air's full blast, but it's hot. It's a marble counter. It's cooler. Our cat sprawls prostrate on the kitchen floor when it gets that hot. So, snacking, eating, all healthy food. Again, a nice, well-done day in the life that included some weight loss video, I thought. So next, where's my remote? The one with the burns in it. How I ate today to avoid binge eating. So, again, the cats are on the counter. I won't mention it. She did some grocery shopping, or presented some groceries. Chamomile tea, popcorn, baked beans, wheat toast, instant brown rice, Perrier, Lay's barbecue, lightly salted chips, and Halo Top ice cream. As to these things, I love chamomile. It's a good thing. It does help sleep. When I was in rehab, they wouldn't give you Ambien or anything like that because that stuff can be habit forming, and if you take an Ambien and stay awake, you'll be high. So they'd give us chamomile tea. The first time they gave me one, I threw it against the wall because I was drunk. So, the food sounds good. Baked beans, I know, like, across the pond, they use baked beans for breakfast. I haven't found any places in the U.S. that do that outside of maybe a British pub, if they have a proper English breakfast. I don't know. And the Halo Top. I personally don't like Halo Top. I think it's a novelty, but it's icy. It's too icy for me. So I'd rather have a smaller portion of like Haagen-Dazs than eat a whole pint of Halo Top. That's the trade that I'd prefer to make. I know it's higher in fat and higher in saturated fat, but I think that would satisfy my craving more than eating a bunch of something I don't like. So talking about having calories left over, because she is calorie counting and hasn't declared a calorie count, but she's dropped 2,500 as the number before. Now, I've been on a weight loss journey. This was the start of this channel, was a weight loss journey. It was originally called Smoke Yourself Thin, which I had lifted from The Simpsons, when Troy McClure was saying, "You remember me from such infomercials as," and he said, "Smoke Yourself Thin." So I know the weight loss journey gig a bit, and I've been fat and thin off and on for most of my life, adult life and teens. So when I budget my calories, 1,500, and again, bodies are different. I'm just talking out loud. I'm not a doctor. I'm a guy on YouTube, okay? 500 of my 1,500 calories were deliberately junk, because I like junk food, and usually sweets. So 500 calories turns into a couple Pop-Tarts with a little frosting, some heavy cream, berries, and Lily's chips if you're doing the keto thing. I did keto for a while. 2 weeks, I went all in. No cheating, all in. And it wasn't for me. But, that was another dessert. I would have Nutri-Grain bars, pudding, ice cream, if you measure it. You can have real food. She talks about, I want to be able to have a piece of cake and not eat the whole thing. You can. People do. It's humanly possible. So, that was just, a thought that I had. All this healthy. If you've got food issues and you're used to junk, something's going to give. And later in the week, something gave. So, assuming her timeline is accurate. So, let's see. She goes out for a walk with Pete's, and Pete's is doing the filming, and you can't really hear her huffing and puffing. When she films alone, God love her, she's barely there. She should bring her CPAP out for a walk. I'm concerned so much. And from the back, I noticed, and this is just fat distribution, I'm not saying she's too fat to live or be attractive. From the back, she doesn't look as large as she does from the side. It's all that, like, heart attack weight right around the middle, which, no wonder her back hurts. It's being, like, pregnant women, when they carry it in the front, it's like a weird distribution of the weight, and their lower backs hurt. And it's probably the wear and tear on her back of having been pregnant for 30 years, because she carries so much weight in the front. So I believe her when she says it hurts. I don't think she's whining. I think she can do something about it, but I believe her when she says she's in pain. She also talks about getting a walker for that. And walker. Okay. This is a twofold kind of thing, because she mentioned that she has a walker coming. She's ordered it. It's coming, I think, like in a week, maybe on Friday or something. Two things. One is very sad, and one is very hopeful. One, she's 35 and she needs a walker. Because she has a mental condition that causes her to eat so much that the shape of her body has gotten so big that she can't support her own weight on her own legs for a long period of time. That's unfortunate. On the other hand, if the walker gives her the confidence to do more exercise because she knows she can sit when she needs to, so if she can walk a mile with the walker stopping every 5 minutes, versus no walker, she walks a quarter of a mile, nearly dies on a bench and goes home, then I think it's a good thing. I think it's a tool that she can use. Will she? I don't know. Chantal's the queen of inconsistent. It's hard to tell. So, she made dinner. It was some rice thing. It looks good. I don't know. Is there anything else? Oh, they went out and looked at nature. Pete hates nature, and he's not shy about telling you. And Chantal was interested in getting an adult tricycle. I will start the GoFundMe myself for Chantal to get an adult tricycle.
Wait, what does she want?
An adult tricycle?
Oh my...
You know, the kind they have at the beach?
OMG, there.
I love it. Just the visual. And it's not even... She could be 110 pounds, but the visual of Chantal riding an adult tricycle, just based on her own, like, quirkiness, and she's kind of an odd woman. I like her, but she's kind of odd. And, I don't know. It struck me. An instant visual came to mind with that. Instant. Let's see. Next video, This 400-Pound Life, trigger foods. So, to probably most people's no surprise, she didn't do an eat with me today, and she copped early to the fact that she ate the rest of the bag of barbecue chips. Hence the title about trigger foods, I suppose. She called it a confession. It happens. You do it for good for a couple days, you try out, can I do this, and you can't, and you eat the whole bag of chips. Does that mean you make one indignant video about how I'm going to eat whatever I want because no one can tell me what to do? No. You've had the chips, you go to bed, you get up in the morning, and you have your bran cereal and your almond milk again. You carry on where you left off. You know, a setback doesn't have to be a failure. It can just be a setback, I think. Listen to me giving advice like I know what the hell I'm talking about. So she was going to order from Taco Bell after the snafu with the chips, and she was re-uploaded Uber Eats. But she sat down and kind of thought about it, and she was looking at her ankles, which are usually swollen, and she said she was feeling better, so that she used that as a little motivation to not do that. So, you know, good for her. A lot has transpired, is what she called it. She put a lot of weight on this eating of the chips. And the one thing she said that stuck out to me is she had a craving, ate, fulfilled the craving, and then ate past the point of craving. So, it's something else. It's not the chips. The chips are doing something for her. The chips would do stuff for me. I've talked pretty freely about being, you know, addicted to almost everything. First substance I ever abused was food, and it made me feel calm, and it made me feel safe, and it reminded me of fuzzy memories from happy times as a kid, and it was something people wouldn't take away from me, and I used to do it in private, and I was a sneak eater. I remember my mother had found a plate of spaghetti, almost entirely eaten, in the cabinet in the bathroom. So I get pizza boxes stuffed in the closet. I understand how that looks. You know your eating is weird when you're hiding evidence. Either somebody's confronted you about it or you're ashamed of yourself. So, I mean, I understand. But, you know, you keep going. It's okay. And this day it looked like she did. She had breakfast around 4 p.m. I'm not going to knock her sleeping habits. Some people are night owls. I don't get it. But that's okay. It's not for me to get. And then she went out for a drive and a sunset walk. I love the sunlight. One of the things that helped me get a lot better with my mental health was getting sunlight. For me, in the morning, it's good. The first year I was in recovery, I would have only 1 cup of coffee a day because I was so mentally fragile that too much caffeine probably would have sent me off the deep end. So we didn't risk it. We had 1 cup. And I'd have it on the porch and get some sunlight. And I had a light box I used in the winter. Good for her to be out and getting some sun. She has a smaller window with which to get it because she's going in the afternoon because she stays up most of the night and then sleeps during the day. Her life, her choice. But if she wants to get out and do all that, she's only going to have dusk, late afternoon and dusk to go do that. So, but good for her. She was out. And again, she talks about the walker and how her back hurts. I don't know. I'm in and out on the walker. I mean, it's better than a Jazzy. If she said she had ordered a scooter, I think I would probably just throw up right here. She's amazed at how filling her meals can be. Yes, food is filling. It is. She said she was alone in this video, but I could have swore, clipping between things, in a quick edit, I heard Pete's voice. Could have swore, but I'm probably just being paranoid. At any rate, she had 1,000 calories left over to use this day and ordered pizza. Personal for her, personal for Pete's, and she got veggie because it wouldn't be as greasy. And she said she was only going to eat half. Trigger foods. Did we learn nothing from the potato chips? Trigger foods. Now, I'm guessing that if she was going to order pizza, she would get what Pete's got. She even said as much. Meat lovers. Stuffed crust, perhaps, with a side of barbecue ranch dipping sauce. I'm a foodie with food issues, too. I love food too much. It means too much to me. But the idea of getting something smaller that you're not exactly thrilled with but will do the job is a tough setup for like a relapse or a binge, I guess. I was a vodka drinker, Nikolai Red bottle, because it was 100 proof, and it was only $8.97 a bottle. I used to buy one every day. So I remember the price. And that's what I wanted. So if I couldn't get that, and I thought, well, I'm going to get away from the hard liquors, I'm just going to drink beer. After 2 or 3 beers, I'm going to go buy a bottle of vodka, because that's what I wanted anyway. I'm going to eat all this, it's like binging. I'm going to try to stave off a binge by eating all this healthy crap so I'll be full, and then I'm going to go eat the thing I was going to binge on anyway. So it's like all these extra calories first to try to stave it off, and then get into it, I'm going to try to have a few beers, get it out of my system. All it does is wake up the tiger. It doesn't get it out of my system. It just wakes it up. And then on a roll. And then I need to eventually be someplace where it's not allowed in order for me to dry out and get over it. So they're not mirror addictions, but some of the themes are the same, I think. And then next, this 400-pound life. Pizza, friend, foe, or just food. So she had the other half of the pizza. She fought off the craving by eating some Lily's chocolate chips and pickle chips. I like Lily's. I've heard there's better out there, but when I was doing keto, I would eat Lily's. I'd mix them with heavy cream, erythritol, and sliced strawberries, and just eat it, just as a dessert right out of there. And the sweeter you want it, the erythritol to me didn't taste funny when I used a decent amount. When I cooked it, it burned my tongue. I don't know, but... So she had some of that and some pickles, and it staved off a craving, which is good. She puts ketchup all over her pizza. Better than ranch? I put ketchup on things. I'm on the white trashiness side of life when it comes to ketchup. I put it on things probably most people don't. I don't put it on eggs unless there's a meat being served with it. Or an opportunity to make a sandwich when there's toast on the plate, too. There's a fine line. A fine line. So she says she's feeling weird on this particular day, depressed, with everything going on in the world, and it's been hectic. All of us have our lives going on underneath the bubble of, well, at least in the United States, since we are a cesspool at the moment of, biohazard. She's in Canada. The border's closed. I don't think we can go. We can't go south. The border's closed. We're not allowed in Europe. So there's a lot going on. The economy, all sorts of different things. So she's taking this on, she says, and it's depressing her, and she wanted to stay in bed all day, but she forced herself to get up. Good girl. Good girl. She also wanted mozzarella sticks, which she calls mott sticks. She's just a woman. It's okay to want anything. It's just what do you do with the craving? It's okay. It's not a big deal for her to say she wants some stuff. Is it any surprise, I don't mean this to sound like a shot, is it any surprise that a 400-pound woman who's been very, very heavy for a very long time eats healthy for a couple days and then craves junk and says it out loud? No. That's not very surprising to me. Whatever. So she wanted to justify going to get it. I don't know how you justify it. Make a video, drive out of town, just say, I can't, do it and shut the comments off so you don't have to deal with I wouldn't say bad hate comments are the consequences of your actions exactly, but feedback? Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. She doesn't like healthy food. That's been made very clear here. So we're building up to some poutine. You can see it. We're ramping up for the next day. She's craving something sweet, and she makes that god-awful vegan protein powder chocolate chip cake-looking thing. She says it's satisfying her craving. It wouldn't satisfy mine. I think she's lying for the camera. It wouldn't do it for me at all. I'd rather eat half a bag of the Lily's chips, as is, than try to make a cake out of something like that. She also talks about getting one of those pedal elliptical things, like when you sit on the couch and you can, with your feet. I think those are useful for like physical therapy when you go in. I had gone in to get an eval for physical therapy because I have arthritis in both my hips because I was too fat for too long, and like my hips went in and my knees started to knock. Don't stay fat very long, not into your 30s. And they had folks using those machines there. She also does an upper body workout in this video, if I'm not mistaken. Easy beginner arm exercises. And lo and behold, she does them on camera. She could have just said she did them and not filmed it, but she actually showed it. I was kind of impressed. So
I was shocked personally.
Mark was shocked.
I was shocked.
She did it, you know.
Good for her.
But it wouldn't be a week with Foodie Beauty without her dashing hopes and being a bit of a hypocrite. So,
Yeah.
going into the next video, which I took notes on because all these videos went up in sequence. Then all these videos came down. They were gone. And another video went up called, I tried to write it down when it first came up. Eating New York fries and complaining about weight loss. So this went up. And I have some of the comments from the community board. I think I'm going to roll through these videos and then, yeah, we'll do this video and then we'll talk about why she deleted it. So she has 2 orders of fries in front of her. Poutine, and then it's got a, what is it? Curry. Something going on there. The I said is back, so it's turning comments off. It's my party, and I'll eat if I want to. You don't own me. I'll show you. I'll eat as many fries as I want. Fine. You're really screwing us over. You know. She doesn't want to leave the comments up or the videos up due to shamers. Shamers. She's a very shamed woman. I think she throws around shaming and bullying way too much. I think that's appropriate when talking about children. It's like when I hear the Real Housewives of New York talking about bullying each other. I'm like, you are filthy, rich, 40 to 50-year-olds dying to look like you're 20, and you're bullying each other over Twitter? Like, get some business. You know, get something else to do. So, this way she doesn't have to worry with the comments off and everything. She doesn't want to be swayed by people's opinions. This is interesting because the people's opinion is that they like watching videos of her doing healthy things. And the videos that are doing well, as I'm even just looking at them now, they're pulling mukbang numbers. 35,000, 40,000. She does that with her mukbangs too. This might even be a little better. However, these videos require her to do more and put in more effort, which might not be something she wants to do. So, again, complaining about weight loss. It has to be a sociological, you know, system issue that she is being shamed, and it's not her fault, and she's too susceptible to comments, and she needs to do me and eat what I want and just be a fat person on YouTube. It doesn't have to lose weight, and I don't need the pressure, and if you don't like my new content, you can leave, but it'll change in a week. So it's very exhausting. It's very exhausting. I don't even... That's always the song I think of when she's doing it. Now, she was particularly ridiculous in this rant, and she acknowledges it later, so I don't have any problem being snarky about this. If you're here, you just have to accept me eating poutine. No. No. People who wanted to see a weight loss journey showed up for one because it said, this is my 400-pound life and here's how I'm controlling binges. They were presented with content that they were led to believe would be continued. Maybe they thought you would fall off on your diet. I don't know if they thought you would fall off hard, you know, and eat a couple pounds of poutine. But yeah, people would have been disappointed. And she addresses it by saying bye, pretty much. So she said it's just not her thing. I'll figure it out my own way. And when I do, we have to be the authors of our own lives and have the courage to live it how you want to. I just have this image of her with like an Arby's sandwich, a bronze statue. Arby's sandwich. She did it her way. Like, put that right up there with that little girl who's in Times Square, the little girl statue with the bowl on the other side. What point does this prove? Live our authentic lives. We're talking about food, health, and cravings. This isn't about being Joan of Arc or throwing yourself on the sword, you know, for a cause of shaming? I don't know. She says, you know, I can't do the healthy eating, I can't do this, I can't do that, I just can't live that way. After a certain threshold, you just won't be able to live, possibly. I mean, I'm trying to meet her halfway because I've done the pre-weight loss. Oh, and then she comes off, you do a weight loss channel and see. Oh, sis, I've done a weight loss channel. This was a weight loss channel. And it is challenging to do. You can share as much or as little, though, as you like. I would do daily weigh-ins. Not daily, excuse me. I would never promise that. I did weekly weigh-ins, weigh-in Wednesday, and I would show some of the things that I would eat, maybe like what I ate today videos, and I was doing OMAD, so it was easy. I would just lay out a spread and shoot it. I went exercising 3 times and took a camera, but I'm really uncomfortable filming in public. By and large, what I did was lose weight. That was really at the crux of it being a weight loss channel. And it wasn't fast. There was periods where I'd lose like 4 pounds a month. You know, which means I was eating more than 1,500 calories. It's okay, I'm going in the right direction. I'm not gaining. You know, I'm still going this way. I started my channel, I was like 230 pounds, and then I hit my goal 180. And now it's COVID. And I'm coping by eating a little more sometimes. So I've gained some of that weight back. Probably 10, close to 15 pounds of it back. And I'm working on getting that off again. So it is a lifelong, I know she likes the word journey. I only picked it up on YouTube. I never used the word journey to describe weight loss before. But it is. It's ongoing. You know, but plugging away is the important part. It is discouraging. But that's where the rubber hits the road. You know, you're either going to do it or you're not. So, I don't know. Yeah, so don't tell me to do a weight loss channel. I've done a weight loss channel. I lost the weight, gained it back. It's not a weight loss channel now, but we throw out some weight loss content here and there. And then when we wanted to stop doing weigh-ins because there wasn't much to report, we stopped. And if we decide to get back into weight loss as a focus of our lives, it'll reflect in the channel again. That doesn't mean in the meantime we're getting as fat as we can. It just means we're not talking about weight loss right now because there's not a lot of weight loss going on, I guess. Okay. Too tedious, too hard to do, the videos. And she also defends again, it's not like watching an alcoholic drink or an addict shoot up when she sits on camera and binges. This argument's been made 1,000 times. Because you have to eat. And no one should judge another person for what they eat. When it's on YouTube, it's in a position to be judged, I think. If she didn't want people assessing it, she didn't have to put it up, you know. But she did, and that was the reaction some people had. If she just wanted a cheat meal, she could have just had a cheat meal. It's a big, bad cheat meal to eat 3 pounds of fries, but it happens, and then you keep going. You don't have to redesign your mental health and redesign the way that you're going to look at the world and, you know, I'm going to be a fat activist now and change the direction of my channel. It doesn't have to be all dramatic. It doesn't need to be tomes on the community board. You know, it could just be, yo, I wanted fries, and I had fries, and I filmed myself talking about it, but then had to go back. So let us all go back a little bit. So that was the fries video. That was the, it's my party and I'll eat if I want to. Hey guys. I deleted the New York fries video. I was very defensive. I didn't feel like myself yesterday at all. I was anticipating all the backlash I would get from doing that video. I acted like a big baby and told anyone who disagreed with me to fuck off. It's kind of an overarching theme on her channel. I know the way I acted was wrong. This is not about me doing what I want anymore, this is about me doing what I have to do. I did learn something from the cheat meal, though. I was doing so well all week, and then I felt like I really needed a cheat meal. I thought I would want more and more, but I seem to have gotten it out of my system. I felt better eating my real food, and I'm craving it today! Exclamation point. Guard carefully. Personal. I needed to guard carefully about getting things out of my system when it came to food for me. And also, because I was a binger. I was a binger and purger, but I was a binger before I would, purge. And alcohol was another one of mine. It's like, ugh, let me just get this last beer. I just have one more drunk in me, just one more time, and then I'm good. Then there'd be none after that. There wouldn't be detoxes and rehabs if everybody who said, nah, that's my last one, I'm just going to cut back. It wouldn't be a multi-billion-dollar industry. So, and the diet industry wouldn't be a multi-billion-dollar industry if things were easy. So, I said I wasn't going to apologize, but I'm going to for how I behaved in the video. I'm going to do some reflecting today, and I will be back with my vlogs tomorrow. I'm mad at myself and embarrassed that I pay any attention to what negative things people have to say about me. She goes on this all the time. She apologizes for her reaction to other people. Basically saying if they didn't act like that, I wouldn't react like this. Accountability is not her strong suit. I need to realize this will never go away and I cannot control thousands of people. Good girl. No, you can't. Next, I've decided to re-upload the New York Fries video. Sorry, needed a cigarette break. It had to happen. So, as to the New York Fries video coming down, community board, I've decided to re-upload my New York Fries video. Internet is forever, so I may as well own it on my channel. She makes a point, but it's not news. She'd put the video up and she took it down. Okay, her call. She knows other reaction channels will pick it up, run it in full, fair use, and add commentary to it and all that stuff. And she's tried to strike people before, and fine, you can play that game if you want to with other people. But it's not news that people do that. She's commented on it before, named names even. So her putting it back up to try to get views on her own content, I understand her doing that. But the fact it was her actions that kind of precipitated that, I think, even more, because people, I think, were searching. I was searching out, because I want to watch every video if I'm going to talk about it, that video. And then I took notes on it, it went down, it came back up, and I was able to see the rest of it. So, anywho, I'm standing by my decision to not declare my channel anything specific, and I don't feel like making my channel and my content a weight loss channel is best for me. Reason being, I like to do what I want, when I want, and how I want in regards to, all caps, my life. So when you declare a weight loss journey, people start to look up to you and get really disappointed when you cannot live up to their expectations of you. No, 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 no. When you tell people something like no more mukbangs, or you say, this is hard, but I'm doing it, that's not an expectation that the audience has created for you. That's an expectation that was set by the creator saying, this is what I'm going to do. You can expect me to do this. And then if you don't do it, say, you guys expect too much of me. I think they just expect to have people stand by their word. And Chantal's kind of flighty defense is always, well, you guys know I'm not consistent, I'm not reliable. That's nothing flattering to put out there. That's not a great way to get out of accountability or anything like that. And again, the obvious truth is, her channel, her content, she can put up whatever the hell she wants to put up. That's entirely on her. But to be, to write off, other people's expectations of me, it's just too much pressure. Whatever. Where are we at? I will still do long day in the life vlogs, but I feel like doing the mukbang or story time, I will. I don't want to be confined to one thing. This does not mean I will not share certain weight-related things if I want to. It just means I am not exclusively... Had to screenshot it because it came down. I will not exclusively be a weight loss channel, so I just don't want people to expect that. Thanks, guys. I'm working on a video for you guys soon. And to my loyal viewers, my rants are never about you. Now, there was a couple other community posts I missed because that's how she rolls. So, what is the takeaway for all of us this week? What is the lesson? in this for us? What's the lesson in it for her, for me, for you? Well, if it was on a weight loss journey thing, because you try to have a weight loss channel, I've had a weight loss channel. Yes, it's personal. It's very difficult to want to get up on camera and say, I gained weight this week, or I didn't lose any weight, or to show things that are, but if the point of the video about weight loss is transparency, and to say, I'm documenting my weight loss journey, the good, the bad, the ugly, warts and all, then doing something like saying, I ate all those chips, happens. The way she addressed that was, ate all the chips, but I'm still going forward, back into healthy eating, keep it walking. Again, we're all assuming the timeline is what she presented. To then put out a video and be indignant like you have to defend eating French fries, you don't. You also don't have to film it. None of us are drafted to YouTube. We don't have to put anything on camera that we don't want to. Certainly can. Food shaming, I'm over it. I'm over this. Everything is shaming. You're shaming my food. You're judging my food. You're judging me. You're judging this. There's not a space safe enough for Chantal, unfortunately. So I don't know what to say to her. The lesson in this, I think, for the rest of us, maybe, would be to maybe let's all try to be impeccable with our word. Isn't that one of the 4 truths or something? Say what we mean what we say. And if we screw up, own up to it. And if we have something too personal to put on YouTube, don't put it up. If we're going to try to be accountable for things, be accountable for them. If you say to a large group of people, this is what I'm doing, thanks for the support, and then you change your mind later and say, if you don't like it, don't watch. I mean, that's not only a change in content, that's a change in attitude. And the attitude change is what turns people off. Not the size of the creator, not even the content matter anyway. It's the change in attitude that puts people off, I think. So it's more than just this video was filmed well, edited well, she ate this, she ate that. It's what she's talking about, what she's expressing, and how she's doing it in the video. So we all have the right to talk about whatever we want within the terms of fair use and YouTube terms of service. So she can, and I just did. So thank you all for watching. Please do subscribe. Hit the like button and bell on the way out so you get the alerts. You can follow Mark and I on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc, or on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc, or on the Twitter at SmokeySteveA. Our email address and contact info is all listed down below. Thank you again, and we will be going live tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're around, feel free to stop by and say hey. Thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Bye!